On Monday, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu held his first media chat after about a year and a half in office. Looking at the constituents of that media chat, it looks as if it is more of the Yorubas. Okay, let us go back to the actual constituent of that meeting. You have the likes of Rufai Abati, Channels TV representative, TVC and so on. But why is that media chat, the first media chat of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, lacking the lives of Shehu Akimbalayo, Alliance TV, Rufai Oseni? All we are missing from that first media chat of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. If you look at the constituent of those that were at that first media chat of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, you are going to agree with me that they are all the persons of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. When you have people like the representative of TVC and the representative of Arise TV, Rufai Abati, do you think that they are going to ask President Bola Ahmed Tinubu any meaningful or any challenging question? They cannot. If you have listened to Rufai Abati, if you have actually listened to Rufai Abati at Arise TV, you are going to agree with me that he cannot ask President Bola Ahmed Tinubu any challenging question. He is going to ask President Bola Ahmed Tinubu those questions that he knew President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is going to answer freely. Let us take people like Rufai Oseni or Shehu Akimbalayo. They can never ask President Bola Ahmed Tinubu questions that he is too familiar with. You can see that was one of the major reasons that the both of them were never invited to that first media chat. Apart from that, how many Igbos do we have in this first media chat? Is it that the first media chat of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is meant for the Southwesterners? Look at the representative of TVC. He is from Southwest. Look at the representative of Arise TV. He is from Southwest. Look at the representative of Channels TV. She is also from Southwest. So, do you think that they are going to ask the president about any question that concerns the Southeasterners? This is why we needed a balance for an event of a national interest. There is need to balance it. We would have bring a representative that should reflect the 6 geopolitical zones. Then you can add 2 Yorubas. But a situation where you are having no Igbos or you are having one person from the Southeast, it does not speak well for such a program. How do you want matters that have to do with the Southeasterners to be bring forward to such an event? Apart from that, let me go back to my first question. Why is it that persons like Shehu of Channels TV and Arise TV, Rufai Oseni are missing in this first media chat? Because had it been you bring in these two personalities, they will ask President Bola Ahmed Tinubu a challenging question. In fact, at the end of the day, any questions that come from these two personalities will be seen as a national question. They will not be biased. It will not be one-sided program. It will be a program that will be open for all. But a situation where you have Rufai Abati, the Channels TV person, the TVC person, which you know that all of them belongs to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, what do you expect? It is just like bringing people appointed by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, because they are never going to ask President Bola Ahmed Tinubu any challenging question. Just look at the way Nigerians are complaining about the program. They say that the program is meaningless because they can never ask President Bola Ahmed Tinubu any challenging question. Just watch that program. Go back to that program. It looks as if the questions being asked President Bola Ahmed Tinubu are questions that he is too familiar with. They can never ask Bola Ahmed Tinubu any challenging question. Question that will throw him off balance. You can never hear it from these three personalities because they are just like his appointees. They are not going to ask Bola Ahmed Tinubu any question that will throw him off balance. Any question that he will crack his brain to answer. It can never come from these three personalities. But when you have the likes of Seun, Rufai Oseni, you are going to expect that this program will be spectacular. This program will be something else. They are going to twist. They are going to take Bola Ahmed Tinubu to the extreme. And at the end of this program, Nigerians will appreciate this media chat the more. But at the end of this media chat, I have gone through social medias to hear what people said about this program. I have never heard anybody saying that they really appreciate or they want the way President Bola Ahmed Tinubu answers the questions being thrown to him, because it looks like he was given the question before the program. Oh yes, if you have the likes of Rufai and Seun, expect more from this program. In fact, at the end of the day, you cannot even have the mouth to say that it is Southwesterners, because they are going to twist. They are going to ask President Bola Ahmed Tinubu extraordinary questions. Questions that he never expected from journalists. That is the question that will come from these two. But because those handlers or the advisors of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu knew these two personalities, they knew their antecedents and the type of questions that will come from these two, they skipped the both of them. They went to TVC. Just go back to the programs being anchored by this person from TVC. You are going to know that he is actually somebody that was planted by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Check his programs or those programs that he anchors. You are going to see that he promotes President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Are you going to talk about Arise TV Rufai Oseni? You see that one speaking as if he is one of the appointees of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, like the communication minister or the special advisor on media. That's the way he talk. Or do you want to talk about the one that came from Channels TV? All of them are the same. They can never ask Tinubu any question that have to do with the Southeast. They are going to ask Tinubu questions like the tax reform. I am not castigating the tax reform. I like the tax reform. But I know that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu will always tell you that the tax reform have come to stay. But ask Tinubu about subsidy. Ask Tinubu about Ajokuta. Ask Tinubu about collapse of the national grid. Ask Tinubu challenging questions. Questions that will uplift this nation high. They cannot do that. They forgot to know that those questions are those questions that when President Bola Ahmed Tinubu answer, it is going to make Bola Ahmed Tinubu go far. It is going to make Nigerians appreciate President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, but they thought they are doing favor to the president. That is why these three and others will always skip these questions. But if you have the likes of Rufai and Seun, trust me, Nigerians are going to appreciate this program the more. And at the end of the day, Nigerians will appreciate President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, because these two are going to ask Bola Ahmed Tinubu questions across board. They are not going to ask President Bola Ahmed Tinubu one-sided question or questions that he is too familiar with, or questions that were sent to him before the program started. Nigerians, what do you think? A program, first media shot of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, that you have Seun and Rufai missing. What do you think about such a program? Drop a comment for me. Let me know what you think and expect more. Thank you.